Namaste. Hi, and a Happy New Year to you all. This is of course our normal time of reflecting on what we've been doing and what we want to become, and people tend to make resolutions and resolve to make things better for themselves and hopefully for the world. And we all need to be doing this, especially now, but not so much resolutions, because it's no good sort of making promises that are really difficult to keep for yourself. So what you need to do, I would say, is think of things that you would make you feel better, you know, about yourself, about the world, about your family around you, about those around you who you love. Think of all these things that are going to make a big difference, or a little difference sometimes, to your daily life. And if you can, make some changes to those so that life is better for you all, easier for you all, happier and more joyful for you all. And that's one of the most important things, as I've said many times, is joy, bringing joy into your lives. And you know, there's lectures and talks and things about this, but really you just need to feel it here, feel joyful, you know. I've been playing music a lot lately since Christmas. My wife bought me a lovely keyboard, I bought some software, and making music. Of course, not everyone thinks it's good music, but I enjoy it, and here I feel it because I get emotional with it. I get attached to it and into it and feel creative. And for other people, there's other things they might like doing. They might like playing football, might like winning at football or losing at football if it's some of the teams out there. But you know, the thing is, whatever you do that makes you joyful and it doesn't hurt anybody, of course, that's important as well. So, this last year, just gone, 2017, regarding Ascension, has been a very, let's put it this way, we've received a lot of light. We've received all these downloads last year, especially towards the end of the year, with all the 1111s and the gateways and whatever else they're called. You know, I know there's all these names for everything out there, and some of them I go along with, some of them I don't really have to think about, because I just feel it, just feel the energy coming through, feel myself changing bit by bit, and know what's happening. So what was really happening, all this energy is coming through to us, changing us slightly, or more so in some cases, and we're given the opportunity now in 2018 to bring those things to fulfillment that have come up for us, such as letting go of old stuff. You know, anyone that's been to my workshops will tell you this is a very important point. Have to continue letting go of old stuff. I've personally thought would have all been done and dusted by now, but no. This early part of the year, I would say leading up to March, the equinox, is going to be very important for us to continue the process of letting go of the old hurt, pain, guilt, anxieties, whatever, old stuff, let's put it that way, and getting shut of it once and for all, so we can move on, because you can't fill your cup unless you start emptying it. So empty a little bit at a time. You don't have to do it all at once, a little bit at a time. And you know, I've been saying this all year actually, and I found out myself that even though I thought, oh, I've done all that now, somebody just came and bit me hard, which, you know, emotionally affected me. But I know what it is. You know, so it doesn't really get me too badly, because I know it's to do with karma, clearing the karma of the past, clearing old stuff to make way for the new. You have to end something to start something new. And that applies just as much to us as to anything that happens in the world. So if you want to become this new being who's going to make a difference, who's going to change the world, who's going to make love and light more important to people than anything else, then for us as light workers, we need to change ourselves first. And the first thing we need to do is make room for all this light that is coming through. And I'm afraid to say, for all of us, if you don't, you're going to have blockages. You're going to have problems. You're going to have things come up that you're not going to be too happy with. Alright, they might seem big at the time. There might be illness or disease or whatever, or really complicated life things happening. But the thing is, they're all things you can cope with and get through. So what you need to do is be focused and try really hard to let go of stuff and move on and leave yourself open enough for the new stuff coming in. That way you will avoid as much as possible these things happening. And easier said than done in some cases, but we can all do it if we put our minds to it. All you have to do is let go. I know it sounds easy, it is easy. Just let go of it. So, New Year. Now, personally for me, I usually celebrate the Chinese New Year, February. That's the one I think of personally as a New Year. But spiritually, I don't really start my New Year until the equinox. I usually go and celebrate the quarterly rites, I think they're called. And that means I'm in tune with nature that way. So I try and do that every year, and this way for me, March usually, March the 20-somethings is the equinox, and that for me is the start of the year when I spring forth into action to start a new year ahead, a new path, a new life. Every year is like a new life for us. You know, we have new beginnings every year, especially in March, when everything's blooming. You see the flowers blooming out. This is a time for that. But in the meantime, from now till then, we're given this ideal opportunity to continue the process of letting the light in by giving us space to let the light come into. So continue the process of letting go of old stuff as much as possible. As soon as it comes to mind, and it will do, it'll hit you right in the face at this time of year because we haven't dropped it yet. As soon as it smacks you across the face, go, all right, I've learnt my lesson, I'm going to deal with you now. And let go of it. You don't have to think too much. Usually you just let go of it. Okay. That's my message really for this part of the year. I wish you all a happy and healthy new year ahead, and all the blessings upon everybody and the world. One more thing, P.S. All the things that are happening that we might think are, oh gosh, how did that person get into power? Why is this person in charge of this terrible country? And all these things that you're looking at in the world and thinking, oh dear, dear, dear. They're happening for a reason. They're happening to wake us up. And it's doing that, isn't it? It's waking us all up. Things that are happening are waking us all up. And this is really important in the process. Just keep in the light. Keep shining your light into the world as much as possible. And allow the light into your world also. Namaste.